why is it that this guy can look this good at only 20 years of age when 99.999% of the people can't? Coach Greg, and today Jesse James West gets his wish. He wanted me to do a Natty or Not video on him for months. I finally got around to it, and here it is. You ready for this, Jesse James? I bet you're sweating, and you should be. So I looked at some of his old photos, his current photos, and noticed he's had some gyno problems.
It's this one. It's this one only. It's because this pec is smaller. It doesn't have as much shape, so it looks like I have gyno. I don't know.
As you know, gyno is one of the side effects of anabolic use. Not looking good for Jesse James. What else? I looked at his strength. He's pretty strong friggin' dude. Analyzed his body fat, his muscle mass, how he looks. He's only 20 years old. He looks better than when I was 20. So that means he's not natural, right? What takes more than just being better looking or better built than Coach Greg, then to me, you're not natural. So he has the gyno, bigger than me at age 20, and what else? He's also leaner than me. He's also traveling around the United States. He's not sitting at home. No, he's traveling. He has to train in different gyms, staying at hotels and whatever. Who knows what he's doing in them hotels? I've been watching some of his videos. Don't want to know what he's doing behind the scenes. I think he's been swiping right a little bit too many times, don't you think? Better be careful. Who knows what she's catching? It's not just the cove. Nowadays, everyone's just worried about the cove. There's other things you can catch that are dangerous besides the cove. Be careful. Be careful. So I found a picture. Freshman high school, 150 pounds. Senior in high school, 185, 35 pounds of weight gain. Can't be natural. Sorry, he's not natural. No way is Jesse James natural. Have you seen him? 35 pounds in 2-3 years. Can't put on that kind of muscle. He looks too impressive at age 20. There's no way that the guy's natural. You guys thought he was natural? What's wrong with you people? Natural? What is it? Everyone who says they're natural, you're just gonna take their word for it that they're natural? Just because he's eating anabolic French toast every day doesn't mean he's natural and gaining all that muscle from the French toast. Now the real video starts. Betcha Jesse James is sweating a little bit. I wonder how many comments in the comment section are, Greg's a hater, Coach Greg's a hater. He hates on you. They're not gonna bother watching the whole video. No, they've seen 3 minutes, they had enough. Let's get into the comment section. Hater, he's so jealous because you have more girls than he does in the United States and you might get the cove and you might get something else. Nope. Okay, so the real video is going to start now. So I did extensive research, and here's the truth. When I first saw Jesse James, about 3 months ago, he did a video response to me. He said, I'm eating like Coach Greg. Okay, I watched the video, thought he was funny. I checked out this guy, and I did a bit more research. Was like, man, he looks pretty impressively built. Doesn't look natural. I initially thought, he's not natural. Thought for a long time, probably not natural. Okay. If I had said, hey, he looks natural, that would actually be an insult. So the fact that I actually thought he wasn't natural is actually a really strong compliment, okay? If somebody thinks you're natural, because you suck. Maybe not suck, but it's not that good. If I think that you're actually natural, it means that you're not really that impressively built, okay? So you want people to think that you're not natural, because if people think that you're not natural, means you have a really good build now, doesn't it? I was accused of being not natty my whole life. So why is it that this guy can look this good at only 20 years of age when 99.999% of the people can't? Genetics. I keep saying how important genetics are. They are crucial. Without the proper genetics, you can't look like that. Even with PEDs, most people wouldn't look like Jesse James. They won't. They may be able to build that much muscle, but they wouldn't be able to follow the diet. They might be able to follow the diet, but then they can't build that much muscle. You need the ability to have both. Speaking of good genetics, have you seen his sister, Chris? On August 11, 2016, I noticed a picture, seen a girl doing a little back flex. It's like, that's his sister? His sister looks pretty well developed. It's genetics. My family, and it's not about me, but I'm making it about my family now. My sister, strong as hell, is deadlifting over 300 pounds as a teenager, weighed about 115 pounds and about 5'1". Okay, good genetics. My brother and my twin, they're strong people. It's genetics. If you train and you have good genetics, you're gonna get good results. On top of that, Jesse, he's eating from my cookbook. He's eating the anabolic recipes, the protein ice cream. He's eating anabolic French toast practically every morning, every day with the low-calorie syrup. So in following the cookbook, eating the low-calorie dense foods, Jesse is able to stay at a calorie level that's allowing him to look this good. He has abs year-round. He looks amazing all the time. Why? Because he's not bulking up. He's not bulking and cutting. He's gaining. He consistently looks better all the time. If you look every 3-4 months, he looks a little bit better. I have not noticed any single point where I'm like, what just happened here? When people take PDs, most of the time they go from looking kind of normal, and then all of a sudden there's an unrealistic amount of muscle growth that just happened. Never saw that with Jesse James, and trust me, I studied this a lot. Actually, sometimes I wake up and HRT has done a video for me, but not all the time. Sometimes I have to actually do research. So Jesse James, a little bit chubbier when he was a kid, but easily was able to put on muscle. True mesomorph. A mesomorph is somebody that easily can put on muscle. Their genetics are to put on muscle. So Jesse's cleaned up his diet, he's eating better, he's training smart, and he studies this. He's putting a lot of work into this so that he can be the best he that he can be. It's not a she or a circle. As far as I know, he's a he. Maybe not, maybe he's a circle. I don't want to insult him, so I don't know what he is in fact. Another thing, Jesse has been working on YouTube videos for a long time. YouTube, social media, Instagram, you name it, TikTok, whatever. 2016, he's uploading videos, how to get bigger arms. Okay, he's been working on this for a long time. You might think, oh, he just blew up overnight. He came out of nowhere. No, he's been working at this for years. Several years, only 20. He's been working at this for years. A lot of people say, well, he didn't have many subscribers about 6 months ago and now he has a ton. Yeah, but do you see the amount of work that went into getting to that starting point? He's worked really hard to get to where he's at, and that's why he's so good at what he does. Same as Coach Greg. You think I've only been making videos for a couple months? I've been making and uploading videos for over 10 years. Just no one noticed. Don't ask me why, whatever. It's not some kind of success overnight story. I've been training since I was 10, I'm 45, that's 35 years. I've been coaching for over 20 years. I've had a degree for over 20 years, a master's degree now for over 10 years. I've been doing this for a long time. It takes a long time. Success overnight usually takes your whole lifetime. Jesse is getting extremely popular and he's natural. I know it's hard to believe, but when you have extremely good genetics, you can do it. Let's look at some more examples of what I'm talking about. All you have to do is look any picture 2016, 4 years ago when he was 16 years old. He had muscle, tons of muscle back then. Jesse's a supremely gifted athlete. And I say this a lot, he's doing backflips. Oh, just because somebody can do a backflip, he's a gifted athlete? Yeah, try one. I dare you, go do it. It's not easy. It took me a long time to learn how to do a freaking backflip. You need to be a good athlete to do a backflip. People aren't just doing backflips that don't have any athletic ability. So he's got extremely good athletic ability. He's a Division I athlete. He's playing lacrosse at the top level. He's gifted in sports. Couple that with training, and training not only hard, but harder than last time with intelligence. Hard and smart training. He knows what he's doing. He's perfected this craft. For years, he's been posting pictures of what he eats. And guess what? He's getting real smart. You know how I know? Because he's eating like Coach Greg. Being really smart doesn't mean you have to invent everything on your own. Sure, being creative, inventing things on your own, that's a sign of intelligence. Smart people learn from other smart people. So he recognized other people that seemed to make sense. Coach Greg, or Sensei Greg as he likes to call me.
Sensei Greg, I'm here for the holy gains.
And he started eating like me. And he started eating the French toast and making videos, full day eating, and saying, wow, this is good stuff. He eats from my cookbook. It makes sense. Low-calorie dense foods. He slaps on that low-calorie syrup on the French toast. I do the friggin' same thing every single day. So he's smart enough to learn from other people. The smartest people, you don't have to be all that creative and do it all on your own. Smart people learn from other smart people. You surround yourself with people that know what they're doing, and you learn from them. He's getting really good. He has, I think, 150,000 followers. First time I saw him, he had 30-something thousand. But it's not success overnight. It took years to get to this point. And I bet you he gets to 1 million followers next year. It seems like a long way off, but it's not that far when you know what you're doing and you get good at what you're doing and you work harder than last time. And he's doing footwork drills for lacrosse. He's training. You can tell he's an athlete. A lot of the posts he's posted are him being athletic. Heck of a lot more athletic than me. Sure, I learned to do a backflip. It's not bad, but I'm not really that good in sports. But what I did do was train harder than everyone else. I worked harder than every freaking other person that I knew. I could share so many stories of how I sucked and then how I got better. Like in grade 9 when I tried out for the badminton team. 18 of us tried out, guess what place I got? 18th! That's equal to last place, last I checked. I was the worst player in the class. The worst player that tried out worst. Guess what? Tried out the next year, didn't make it. Next year, didn't make it. Final year, I made it. I worked harder than friggin' last time. I trained in the evenings, practiced every day, showed up, tried hard, all the time, gave it my all. And I was successful because of it. I wasn't the best athlete, but I was the friggin' hardest working athlete. And what do you think's the difference in anything you do in life? You outwork everyone. It doesn't come easy for everyone. Not everyone has the best genetics in the world. I have really good genetics for bodybuilding, but I don't have the best genetics, really freaking good. But I made the most of it. Just like my intelligence. I'm smarter than the average person, but I'm not a genius. But I made the most of it. I studied as hard as I could, and I got the highest average. You might not be the best genetically, but you can make the most of what you're given. The God-woman circle talent that you are blessed with, make the most of it. Work harder than last time. Use it to your full advantage. Stop wasting your abilities. Some of you are taller, shorter, smarter, stronger, faster, whatever. Use what you're given and do the best you can with it. One of the reasons I like Jesse so much is because he's so passionate and he gives it his all. He's trying to be the best YouTuber he can be. He's trying to develop the best physique he can, and he's doing it to the best of his abilities. He's not wasting his talent. Do you know how many people waste their talent? I was a school teacher for 11 years. The most frustrating thing that I would ever see is people who wasted their talent. The best athlete in the class, and they play badminton, and they can kick my ass, and they haven't even practiced. They're so good, but they don't practice, and the years go by, and they don't get any better. And I've coached powerlifters so strong, they'd be world champions if they stuck with it. Nope, they gave up. Or I taught kids in school, so smart, wouldn't bother studying. They're happy with their 95 average. How happy I didn't study for them, I got a 95. Do you know what I like? The kid that would fail but gave it their best effort. The kid that tried out for the badminton team, they were the worst one in the class, but they showed up every practice and they gave it their all. I way prefer that kid over the best, most talented kid in the world. I want the people that are freaking gonna try. You need to be the person that tries. Like Jesse James, he's trying his best to do the best he can. And when you see someone succeed, when they put a lot of work into it, you gotta like it. There's a lot of you that are haters. You hate the fact that I'm screaming, shouting, whatever, making fun, whatever, you hate it. But at least respect the fact that I am trying my friggin' hardest to be the best that I can be. I give it my all. Why can't you do the same? Stop making excuses why you fail and start making excuses to try to succeed. And maybe you're not the best, but you can try. Jesse James is natural. He's given the best effort. He's worked for years to get this physique. Years, not months. He didn't expect to look like that in 3 months. He's worked years. He started at 14. You might not get to this point in 40 years of training, but it doesn't friggin' matter.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Work your ass off to maximize the most that you can do. Doesn't matter if it's not as good as Jesse James. Yeah, we all wish we could look like Jesse James, or better even. But we all can't. But you can look the best that you can look. Don't compare yourself to him. Compare yourself to you. Be better than last day. Tomorrow, you can look better than today. Tomorrow, you can work harder than you did today. If you had a bad day, it doesn't matter. There's another new day tomorrow. Work harder tomorrow. Don't worry if you screw up today. Tomorrow, you cannot screw up. You need an excuse to get better. Just do it for you. Don't do it for me or your friends. Do it for you. You haven't been to the gym in 6 months. You've taken your time off. You got injured. You've been eating whatever you want. You just given up on life. Stop. Tomorrow's a new day. Right now is a new day. Right now is a new minute, a new second. Change it. Work harder than you were. You can't be perfect, but you can be better than you are. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IB Pro. Blooping up 2 videos. Be sure to watch them both this time. You need to watch both. Stop making excuses. I don't have time to watch both. Watch them both. And until next time, I am out. Why are you staring at me, Dadiv? I'm allowed to mess up. Dadiv, stop judging me.